Let me teach you a trick that will help you stay away from bullying from now on. Recently, my friend's 7-year-old child came home from school with red eyes, complaining to his mother that the 5 newly purchased colored pencils were cruelly taken away by the class monitor. The mother comforted him gently, promising to buy new pencils the next day. However, my friend had a completely different approach. She sternly told her child that no matter what, he must retrieve the pencils the next day, or else there would be consequences at home. Behind the scenes, my friend quietly contacted the homeroom teacher and explained the situation in detail. The next day, the child came back beaming with excitement, saying the class monitor not only returned the 5 pencils but also gave 5 new ones as compensation. At that moment, my friend said to her child meaningfully, "Remember, when someone first infringes on your rights, you must firmly defend yourself and not back down. However, you should keep 3 pencils for yourself and give 2 back to the class monitor." At this point, the child was confused. He asked, "Dad, you told me to get all 5 pencils back, but now you want me to give 2 away. Why?" My friend explained, "You need to remember that this was the first time the class monitor bullied you. If you don't stand up to him now, once he gets used to this behavior, it will be harder to resist in the future. He'll do everything he can to bring you down. When someone bullies you for the first time, they're actually testing if you're easy to bully. If you show weakness, they'll only escalate. But if you stand firm, they won't dare to offend you again. Therefore, it's not really their fault if people keep bullying you. It's because, step by step, you taught them how to do it. No matter when, you must have your own boundaries." "But why did I ask you to give 2 pencils back to the class monitor?" "It's so you can learn the principle of giving and taking. Only by understanding when to give and when to share can you gain others' respect and become a true leader. The logic is simple: I can give you something, but you can't take it from me. If I give it to you voluntarily, you'll be grateful, but if you snatch it, you'll think I'm easy to push around. Reflect on this. Bullies often try to bite back at you first. Do you believe that? Because only then can they get angry faster than you and make others believe they're innocent. This way, they can embellish the story, twist the facts, and shift all the blame onto you. In the end, they make everyone believe you're in the wrong, that you're rude and unreasonable, while they appear noble and innocent, even compassionate. This world is never short of such people. All those who dare to bully you have quietly observed your character. They know you are gentle, you seek harmony, and you dislike conflict. They know you better than you know yourself. They know you have no backup, no support. Look closely at any form of bullying, and you'll find a deep contempt for the weak. You're too weak, whether in temperament, ability, or the courage to fight back. Human nature always seeks advantage and avoids harm, and bullies understand this better than anyone. The ones who openly bully you are those who look down on you. If you were in their position, perhaps you'd do the same, thinking you're too naive to fight back. Never think that just by enduring, the situation will pass. On the contrary, others have precisely noticed your tolerance and will only push harder. Especially at the bottom level, the weak are treated more ruthlessly, and the strong prey on the weak is even more obvious. At the lower levels of society, relationships are built on strength, not morality. This is a lesson I've learned firsthand. The issue of bullying the weak and fearing the strong is an old topic. So, how exactly do we deal with such people? When someone openly bullies you, never choose silence, because silence only fuels their arrogance. Those who wrong you know better than anyone the injustice you're facing, so don't swallow your anger. When you encounter unfairness, you must respond with decisive retaliation. In the complicated world of human relationships, a sharp truth often gets overlooked: the ones who know you best may, at some point, hurt you the most. Today, I will guide you through this maze of relationships, revealing a strategy that will make you formidable in schools, workplaces, or even in your family. You will become someone no one dares to trifle with. First, let's confront the invisible chains. Why are you always the one targeted for bullying? The answer lies in 3 key elements. The first is that your cards are too easily exposed for everyone to see. Whether it's a classmate, colleague, or lover, when you first meet, there's always a degree of politeness and distance, because the unknown brings a certain amount of awe. However, over time, every concession, every retreat you make becomes like a puzzle piece, gradually revealing your true nature to others until you become transparent in their eyes. Then, all the previous courtesies and respect disappear, replaced by endless testing and bullying. Remember, you are the one who, unintentionally, cultivated these unbridled opponents. Therefore, in the chessboard of relationships, never be too quick to show all your cards. Maintain a sense of mystery and distance so that others can never fully grasp your rhythm. The second reason is that your words are too unguarded, allowing your inner secrets to spill out easily. You might believe that being sincere is the foundation of building deep relationships, but reality is often harsher. In the battlefield of human interactions, excessive honesty is equivalent to exposing your vulnerability. Every heartfelt sentiment you express could become a weapon others use against you in the future. Remember, true wisdom lies in knowing when to speak and when to remain silent. Your secrets should be like treasures, only opened in front of people who have earned your complete trust. Therefore, no matter who you're dealing with, learn to guard your words carefully. Let your inner world remain an untouched sanctuary that others cannot easily invade. The third and most crucial point is that you must always uphold your principles and boundaries. In relationships, if someone tries to trample on your dignity or cross your line, you must stand up immediately and retaliate with overwhelming force. Your counterattack is not only a defense of your rights, but also a warning to others that you are not a weak lamb but a beast with sharp teeth. If you allow yourself to be bullied without resistance, you will lose all dignity and respect in the eyes of others. Bullies are like predators in the wild. They sense weakness and will not stop until they've broken their prey. You may think that kindness and tolerance will earn you respect, but it does the opposite. In fact, by tolerating disrespect, you are encouraging more bullying. The truth is, in this world, the more ruthless and fearless you are, the more people will respect you. You don't have to seek out conflict, but when someone crosses your boundaries, you must respond swiftly and decisively. So, how do you make others fear and respect you, even if you are inherently kind-hearted? The answer is simple: you must show that you are capable of being ruthless when necessary. You don't have to be malicious, but you must make it clear that you will not tolerate mistreatment. This is not about seeking revenge or harboring ill will, it's about establishing boundaries and maintaining your dignity. Once others realize that there are consequences for their actions, they will think twice before attempting to take advantage of you again. But being ruthless doesn't mean being cruel or unkind. It means knowing when to stand up for yourself and refusing to let others take advantage of your goodwill. Sometimes, kindness is mistaken for weakness, and the world is filled with people who prey on the kind-hearted. The moment you show that you can't be easily bullied, people will start treating you with the respect you deserve. This is the law of survival in human relationships. No one will protect you except yourself. Let's take a moment to reflect on the examples of people who have been bullied in the workplace, school, or family. Time and again, we see that those who are consistently bullied are often too afraid to fight back. They believe that by enduring the mistreatment, the situation will eventually improve. But the truth is, by staying silent, they are only making it worse. Bullies thrive on silence. The moment you stand up for yourself, you change the dynamic. For instance, in the workplace, it's often the quiet, hard-working employees who get targeted by bullies. They avoid conflict, believing that their work ethic and dedication will be recognized. But the reality is that their silence makes them easy targets. The bully sees them as someone who won't fight back, so they continue to pile on more mistreatment. However, when the target finally stands up for themselves, the bully is taken aback. They're not used to facing resistance, and suddenly, they have to reconsider their behavior. The same applies to personal relationships. How many times have you seen a kind, giving person being taken advantage of by a friend or family member? The more they give, the more the other person takes, without any gratitude. Eventually, the giver becomes exhausted, drained, and resentful. But if they had set boundaries early on, if they had shown that they wouldn't be exploited, the relationship would have been more balanced and respectful. At this point, you may be wondering how to strike the balance between being kind and being strong. The answer lies in understanding the difference between kindness and weakness. Kindness is a choice. It is the ability to show compassion and understanding without expecting anything in return. Weakness, on the other hand, is the inability to stand up for yourself when someone crosses your boundaries. To be truly kind, you must also be strong. You must have the courage to say no when necessary and the strength to protect yourself from harm. So, how can you apply these principles in your daily life? Here are a few tips. 1. Set clear boundaries. From the very beginning, let others know what you will and will not tolerate. Don't be afraid to speak up if someone crosses the line. The sooner you establish your boundaries, the less likely others are to test them. 2. Don't be afraid of conflict. Many people avoid conflict because they fear it will make things worse. But in reality, conflict is sometimes necessary to resolve issues. If someone is mistreating you, don't hesitate to confront them. You don't have to be aggressive, but you should be firm and assertive. 3. Know your worth. Bullies often target people who have low self-esteem because they know they are less likely to fight back. By recognizing your own worth and believing in yourself, you'll be less likely to tolerate mistreatment. 4. Be prepared to walk away. Sometimes, the best way to deal with a bully is to remove yourself from the situation entirely. If someone refuses to respect your boundaries, don't hesitate to distance yourself from them. Your peace of mind is more important than maintaining a toxic relationship. 5. Show strength through kindness. Being strong doesn't mean being harsh or unkind. In fact, the strongest people are often the kindest because they don't feel the need to prove themselves to others. By showing kindness from a place of strength, you will earn the respect and admiration of others. In conclusion, the world is full of people who will test your limits. They will push you to see how much you will tolerate, and if you don't stand up for yourself, they will continue to take advantage of you. But by setting clear boundaries, showing strength, and standing up for yourself when necessary, you can prevent others from bullying you and earn the respect you deserve. Remember, kindness is a strength, not a weakness, but only if it is paired with self-respect and the courage to protect yourself from harm.